Welcome back. Now, Water and Sanitation Minister Lindiwe Sisulu is set to brief the media today on the government's plan to save water with the ongoing heatwave and drought. Many parts of the country, many parts of the country that are affected. Now, South Africans are being encouraged to use water sparingly. But is this enough? Joining me now live from the media briefing, or ahead of the media briefing, is ENCA reporter Masiho Rahlaga. She's covering that story for us today. Masiho, a very good morning to you. Of course, we know that dam levels in parts of the country are very low. In other parts are not that bad after the winter, but we do face a crisis of sorts, unless something can be done.
That's exactly right. Good morning, Bradan. I mean, the statement that was released by the department this past weekend actually painted quite a grim picture. It made a lot of people start thinking if we're going to be like Butterworth, or rather, let me say, if our taps are going to run dry. And, you know, that's been called day zero. We are on stage 2 water restrictions here in Gauteng, specifically in Johannesburg. But we do know that places like Cape Town got a bit of rain this weekend from Friday. That did help a little bit, but the heat is actually making it very difficult for dam levels to keep, at a level that we need because of the water evaporation. What I did see also from that press release is that last year around this time we were around 70% or so dam levels, and now we are around 60, so we've lost around 10% of our water in our dam levels. But before I go a lot into that, someone who knows more than both you and I, Bradan, isn't that this Sputnik Radau, and he joins us now live. He's the spokesperson for the Water and Sanitation Department. Ndata Radau, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us, how are we looking? Should South Africans panic with the dam levels and how it's going right now?
The basic fact of the matter is that South Africans must actually understand that the issue of water scarcity is what the reality is about. And that it is not a knee-jerk thing that we need to be looking at, but it is how we then actually respond to the issue as a way of life. Because if we do not do that, what is going to happen is that we are going to get to a point probably where we move away from being a water-scarce country to a water-stressed country.
And I mean, we've said this before, even with the previous Minister of Water and Sanitation, Nomvula Mokonyane. She had press conferences right here in this building warning South Africans that we are a water-scarce country. So what are some of the stuff that we are going to find out from Minister Sisulu today?
Basically, is to say which areas are actually more stressed than others, and what are the things that need to be done. But, in the ultimate, it's a question of keeping the call going to all South Africans to say we have to hold hands, we have to work together, not just from government's point of view, but industry, domestic, and everyone else. Let us look at what are the little things that we can be able to do so that collectively we can then reach that point where we are a little more comfortable. Because the fact of the matter is that being a water-scarce country is how we are going to be. It is not just us as a country, but the region. If you look at Australia, which is in the same region as we are, when you look at the geographical location, they are suffering the same kind of thing. So we have to live with that reality. Climate change is a reality, population growth, and other things that impact on water availability.
Now, what are some of the professionals or scientists saying in the department? I read in your statement that we shouldn't expect any rain till around mid-December. That's terrible. Is this true?
That is a fact, and that would be even then below average rainfall, which would not really do much to recharge our water ecosystems. And we are only looking at above average rainfall between the middle of December and the end of February. The difficulty with those above average rainfalls is that they will include localized flooding, which are not very helpful, because then that water actually doesn't get to do much for our catchment areas. So we would hope, as a country, that we have more consistent rainfall over a longer period so that we can rather have more water into our water ecosystems.
Thank you very much, Ndata Radau. Well, Bradan, rain only around December, mid-December in this heat. I think we're in for a very tough time.
We await, of course, that briefing from the Minister, Lindiwe Sisulu. We understand that will take place around lunchtime.